A wave of worry is spreading through Real Madrid as Fede Valverde shows clear signs of overload. The club's latest medical report, released after a tough match against Rayo Vallecano, confirms what many feared. The Uruguayan tireless engine is finally feeling the toll of an exhausting, nonstop run in the Los Blancos midfield. The key midfielder will be sidelined for around 10 days after being diagnosed with a minor muscle injury in his right leg. To protect his recovery, Valverde has pulled out of Uruguay's November international squad. His decision to skip national team duty makes perfect sense. In the draw against Rayo, Valverde signaled something was wrong. He felt a sudden, sharp pain and asked to be subbed off immediately, a moment that instantly raised red flags about his physical condition. Right after the match, Real Madrid's medical staff tried to calm the situation, suggesting it was just muscle fatigue from the heavy workload, but more detailed tests painted a different picture. Valverde had suffered a small injury to the semimembranosus muscle, and this isn't just another routine knock. It's a warning sign, a reminder that even the most relentless players need proper physical management, especially someone who plays with as much intensity and energy as Valverde. To understand why Real Madrid's tireless engine finally had to stop, you only need to look at the insane numbers behind his workload. His superhuman stamina has finally started to wobble after playing 190 official matches in just 3 seasons. That's a staggering figure. Essentially, 95% of the 200 matches Real Madrid have played during that stretch. Since August 10th, 2022, when Madrid kicked off the 2022-2023 season, Valverde has missed only 10 games. He played 54 of 55 matches in 2022-2023, 65 of 68 in 2023-2024, and 15 of 16 so far this season. With such a brutal schedule, Valverde has carried far more than the load of a typical full season. In fact, over the past 3 years, he has effectively played the equivalent of 4 to 5 full campaigns. This latest muscle injury is more than just a medical note. It's the first real sign of fatigue from a silent hero who has given everything for Real Madrid. Amid the injuries and growing talk of burnout, Fede Valverde finally decided to speak up loudly and clearly, shutting down what he called baseless accusations through his social media. Rumors had been swirling that he refused to play certain positions for Real Madrid, and for a player like Valverde, they cut deep. The Uruguayan midfielder didn't hide his disappointment. "I've read a few stories that damage my reputation. I know I've had some bad games. I'm aware of that. I don't run away from criticism. I face it head on, and honestly, it makes me really sad." Valverde's frustration reached its peak as he defended his commitment. "People can say whatever they want about me, but one thing they can never say is that I refuse to play. I've given everything, and more, for this club. I've played through injuries, even with fractures, and I've never complained or asked for a rest." He explained that he has a good and trusting relationship with his coach, enough to express where he feels most comfortable on the pitch. But he made one thing absolutely clear: "I always say I can play anywhere, on any trip, in any match." He closed his message with an emotional vow, a promise tied to his identity at the club. "I've given my heart and soul to this club, and I'll keep doing it, even if it's not enough or even when I don't play as well as I want. I swear on my honor that I will never give up. I will fight until the end, and I will play wherever I'm needed." Even though Valverde's statement makes his personal position crystal clear, it doesn't completely rule out the possibility of a subtle tactical disagreement between him and Xabi Alonso. Alonso's reign at Madrid is still young, an early delicate phase where stability matters more than ever. And in this context, the manager simply can't afford even the smallest conflict with a core player as influential as Valverde. This situation presents Alonso with a real leadership challenge: how to strike a balance between getting the best out of his squad and protecting the physical and emotional well-being of a player who has given so much for Real Madrid. To understand why Valverde felt compelled to publicly defend his honor, you have to look back at the quiet sacrifices he has made over the past year and a half. Since the end of last season, he has been constantly battling muscle fatigue and persistent pain. In February, he was forced to miss a week due to a hamstring issue in his left leg, yet even during that brief spell on the sidelines, his competitive spirit never wavered. In the unforgiving arena of the Champions League, Valverde played through pain with heavy strapping on his leg in the match against Atletico Madrid. He once again risked his own physical well-being by pushing to feature against Arsenal despite not being fully recovered. Later, a back problem forced him into the difficult decision of withdrawing from the Uruguay national team during an international break. Ironically, that involuntary rest proved crucial, giving him just enough time to recover for Real Madrid's FIFA Club World Cup campaign, where he once again showcased his relentless mentality, completing every single match for Los Blancos. These moments paint the clearest picture of his courage, unwavering loyalty, and willingness to sacrifice for the team, and explain why the rumor that he had refused to play struck so deeply at his pride. Over the last 4 seasons, Valverde has suffered only 5 minor injuries, each sidelining him for no more than a week. That statistic alone is testament to the extraordinary durability of a player who steps onto the pitch with fire and hunger every single time. But even the strongest bodies have limits. His latest setback, sustained after the match against Rayo Vallecano, has finally forced him into a 2-week spell of rest, a rare but necessary pause to reboot a machine that has seemed, for years, almost incapable of slowing down. The real and increasingly troubling issue for Madrid is that the club still hasn't discovered an effective formula to protect their tireless engine from the very workload and tactical demands they place upon him. Valverde has become the embodiment of Real Madrid's uncompromising spirit, a player willing to fill any role, never complain, and shoulder a workload that often feels twice as heavy as anyone else's. But when a footballer is forced to play as if he is genuinely irreplaceable, it stops being a sign of strength or bravery. It becomes a clear warning signal of a deep structural imbalance within the squad. Real Madrid can continue to rely on Valverde's iron will and seemingly inexhaustible legs, but unless they learn how to give him the rest he needs, they risk losing the very heartbeat that defines their competitive identity. For Valverde, true courage is not only running endlessly, it is knowing when to pause, recharge, and return stronger. Only by resting at the right moments can he continue this long-distance journey and offer his full devotion to the future of Los Blancos. Staying behind at Valdebebas during the international break represents a golden opportunity for Valverde to fully recover from his minor muscular injury. Missing Uruguay's fixtures against Mexico and the United States gives him the timely and much-needed breather after a relentless stretch of matches. Yet his absence also leaves Real Madrid without 2 of their most indispensable players, pillars in both attack and defense, during a crucial phase. The big question now is whether the club can maintain their momentum in La Liga and beyond, especially in the Champions League. With Valverde forced to sit out, all eyes will turn to how the team adapts. Who will step up to shoulder the enormous responsibility in midfield? Alonso's vision and rotation management will come under scrutiny, and they may very well determine whether Real Madrid can navigate this storm safely.